Okay, hi, my name is Mobius. I would like to talk to you today about some more music theory. We're going to do Music Theory 2 today. So, what we want to focus on is intervals. What we're going to learn is using a scale, we use the C major scale. Does anyone know the reason why we use the C major scale? That is correct, because there are no sharps and flats. So all the notes we use are going to be called the natural notes. These would be the white keys on the piano, on the ukulele. So you've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So when you're playing a scale, the first note that you play is called the root. It's the first note, it's the one, it's the root. In the C scale, it would be the C. The second note you play is D, and that's going to be called the second note. And the distance between the root and the second note in a major scale is called a major second. The next note after that is E. That's the third note. It's called the third. You've got C and E in a major scale, and that's called a major third interval. Moving on, we've got F. That is the fourth note. You call that the perfect fourth. And the reason we call it the perfect fourth is because whether you're playing a major scale or a minor scale, the distance from the first note to the fourth note is going to be the same. It's a perfect fourth. Moving on, we've got G. G is the fifth. This is also called a perfect fifth. Same thing here. In a major scale or a minor scale, the distance from the first to the fifth is called a perfect fifth. After that is A, and that's the sixth note. In a major scale, again, the distance from C to A is a major sixth. Okay, moving on, we've got B, that's the seventh. And the distance from C to B is a major seventh. That's right. And then we've got C. So we've gone all the way up the scale. And the eighth note is called the octave. It's taken from an old German word, or the German word acht, which means eight. An octave is derived from that word. The eighth note in any scale is going to be the octave of the first note. So you've got a lower C and a higher C, but they're still both C. Okay, so taking that a little bit further, if we play a scale, not a scale, I'm sorry, a chord, we're going to play C, E, and G. So we'll play the first, the third, and the fifth. That's called your C major chord. If you play them all together. If you play them one after the other, it's an arpeggio, C major arpeggio. I changed it now, obviously. I'm just playing like a little melody. The ukulele is cool because I don't have to use any frets, and I can create like whole songs. All the notes are tuned to sound good together. Okay, so these last three notes that I played, I was playing C, E, G first, and then I played C, E, A, and that would be called an inverted chord because the lowest note that I played was C, but those three notes together create the A minor chord, A, C, E. However, if you play those specific notes, but then you move one of the others to be the low note or the root of the chord, it's called an inverted chord. Okay, so C being the lowest note, C would be the third in the A minor chord. So that would be a third voice inversion of the A minor chord. And if I were to make E the low note, which I can't do on the ukulele unless I play higher notes, then it would be a fifth voice inversion because E is the fifth in the A minor chord. Okay, so we learned about intervals, we learned about scales, and we learned a little bit about how chords are built, right? You're going to use the first, third, and fifth in any chord, or in any scale, I should say, to create a chord. So, all right, keep rocking. I'll see you again next time.
Your first music lesson.